resilience, because the world is changing faster than we can cope with it. So being resilient is definitely the one big tool. But there's also sensibility. I feel that with so many cultural differences and the prevalence that we have on digital media, also to have a sensibility of understanding when and how to communicate a message is definitely important.
The most important attribute is to speak the language of the business. That's the best way to embark everyone and to have growth with marketing at the heart.
For me, the main insight of that research is one thing, okay? Marketing fundamentals. At a time where marketers are getting distracted by tech disruption, by the pandemic, by the promise of AI, a lot of brands have lost focus on the role of marketing and the marketing fundamentals. And that research has helped us identify that one of the defining differences between overperformers and underperformers is companies that have been able to focus on marketing fundamentals. Because companies that remain strong on marketing fundamentals are able to integrate and not add on capabilities and technology. So absolutely key. And the second big theme for me of that research is the value of marketing. Challenging marketers to be accountable for the effectiveness of marketing spend. That means learning the language and the metrics of business. And that means being able to demonstrate the impact of marketing on revenues, bottom line, and on shareholder value.
The market of the future should have at least a couple of things. On one side, they should be curious. So curious of what's happening out there and being open-minded to understanding more, especially on technology. And two, being a good translator of what consumer needs and expect from a product into what a company expects and the impact that it can have on the business.
The future of marketing is really about learning agility, because the discipline is changing so quickly. And for us to keep those marketing fundamentals, which are so important, but how we apply those in a much more agile way and just constantly be learning and also constantly be building relationships across functions.
As a marketeer and in charge of organizations, what we need to work is not only on the fundamentals of how to drive marketing, but on the new things. And as a marketeer and as our teams, standing still is not an option. We need to keep training and evolving ourselves to be really a growth driver of our companies.
3 attributes which are mission critical for marketers. First and foremost, they have to be curious and they need to have learning agility. Because so much is changing on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. If they don't learn, they get obsolete, they get left behind. So that's the first thing, learning agility and curiosity. Number 2, they need to have a very dynamic leadership. In the olden days, it's okay to just be a very creative marketing person to be a CMO. But with a lot of changes happening in the world of business, marketing is perceived to be less critical for business success. And that's a wrong perception, but that's a reality today. So the question is, how does the marketer or the CMO really play that role to marketing as a function and to demonstrate its value to the company and make sure that everyone buys into it and supports it? So that's number 2. The third thing is, as marketers, we have to realize that we're human beings first. And that humanity we have to imbibe. We have to be decent human beings at that, which basically means that number 1, we don't need to resort to deceptive practices to win consumers. You can be straightforward, absolutely transparent, and win the trust of the consumers and win in the business big time. I would say these are the 3 things that would embody the best marketer for me going forward.